my big bloated fishy, and he splashed out water on me. Mr. Fish, what makes you wiggle? Mr. Fish, from the sea. Mr. Fish, you make me giggle. I see you swimming around just like a funny fat clown. It's like a circus in the sea. Fishy's tails, fishy spins when they're swimming, splishing, splashing all around. Seems like all fish do is go swimming in this tiny little fish town. Mr. Fish, you're so daring. Mr. Fish, you're so brave. Mr. Fish, you're so willing to be chased to the ground by big fish all around in the world of the sea. Darting here, darting there, bulging eyes that just stare. What is it that they see? Mr. Fish in the water. Mr. Fish, I declare. Mr. Fish, I think you ought to find a cave to hide in, so Miss Eel can begin the silly school, the silly school, the silly school, the silly school, the silly school in the sea. Mr. Fish, Mr. Fish, Mr. Fish.
Whoa! Somebody calling me? Well, what do we have here? Visitors? Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to the sea. If you've come to see some fish, you have come to the right place. Follow me. Down here in the sea, there are many kinds of fish, all shapes, sizes, and colors, as far as the eye can see. Well, here's a school teacher, Miss Eel. Hello, Miss Eel.
Oh, hello, Mr. Fish.
And how are you today?
Oh, I'm fine, thank you. And who do you have with you, Mr. Fish?
Oh, I have some very special visitors, boys and girls who want to see what's in the sea.
Well, you've certainly come to the right place because school is ready to begin. Let's take a good look into the sea. How many creatures can we see? Bigger than a tree or smaller than a flea? Wiggly, squiggly, slippery, slithery. What kind of creatures do you see? You can dive by submarine under the sea and meet some members of the fish family. Snappers, perch, herring and anchovy, silvery, shimmery, slimmery, swimmery, fish of every variety. Fish are not shaped like you and me, but they're just the right shape to live in the sea. Fins to swim and gills breathe easily, easily breezily, fancy fleasily. Under the water, fish are happy and free. Life in the sea is not all carefree. Most creatures have some enemy. Big fish chase little fish endlessly. Carefully, 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 a shark is not good company. Fish are not the only creatures in the sea. There are copepods and krills so very tiny you would need a microscope to see. Wiggly, wormy, fidgety, squirmy. Whales eat tons of them constantly. Octopus or squid are not pretty to see. I would not want one to hug me. Their tentacles can squeeze crushingly. Squeezily, weasely, squiggly, iggly. They hold their food in captivity. Here are strange creatures you might see. They are rays, skates, and stingeries. Their touch can shock you electrically. Sizzly, fizzly, dizzly, zizzly. They do not need batteries. The jellyfish has no electricity, but his sting is as bad as a stingery. He drifts with the currents, lazily, hazily, dazily, billowy, pillowy. His transparent body makes him hard to see. Eels are long and slithery. Sometimes we're called snakes of the sea. Slipping under the rocks or caves easily. Slippery, slimmery, slidery, slittery. We eat almost anything we can see. Turtles are right at home in the sea. Paddle-like feet help them swim rapidly. He looks like he's flying effortlessly. Flighty, floaty, flitty, fleety. Slow on land, but fast at sea. Wrapped around the seaweed, you can see a creature known as the horse of the sea. His fins are so tiny, he moves slowly, sluggily, sloggily, bonnily, boggily. A seahorse could not win a race with a flea. Some creatures look a bit like a flea, but these shrimp taste better. Don't you agree? They crawl, swim, or jump with agility. Floppity, flippity, hoppity, hippity. Lobsters are also in the same family. Way down in the deepest sea are strange kinds of fish we never see. It's too dark there. The water's so icy. Shivery, shadowy, wintry, watery. It's awfully cold this deep in the sea. What's down there? What's down there? What's down there? In the bottom of the sea. Something's down there. Something's down there. And it's peering up at me. I won't go down there. I can't go down there. It's creepy, creepily. Splish, splash, whoosh, crash. Down at the bottom, I said at the bottom, I mean at the bottom of the sea. What's down there? What's down there? What's down there? In the bottom of the sea. Fish are down there, big fish are down there. I'm as sure as I can be. I won't go down there, I can't go down there. It's scary as can be. Splish, splash, whoosh, crash. Down at the bottom, I said at the bottom, I mean at the bottom of the sea. Splish, splash, whoosh, crash. Down at the bottom, I said at the bottom, I mean at the bottom of the sea. I'm not going down there. Not me. I'm out of here.
Gosh, Miss Eel, I guess it is scary down there for people. But fish, like me, we're not scared of the sea.
Please, Mr. Fish, may I get on with the poem?
Oh, certainly, certainly.
Tide pools are rocky ponds washed by the sea. Many creatures live in this community. Sea lions like rocks and splash happily. Slippery, sloppery, slippery, sloppery. Sea lions like the land and the sea. There on the rocks, what can they be? Not flowers. Those petals are stingery. Petals catch fish and melt them to jelly. Squiggery, stingery, bobbly, blossomly. This creature's a sea anemone. Look into a tide pool, and what do you see? Under those rocks, look carefully. It's a crab, and those claws just might pinch me. Pinchity, squinchity, crunchity, crunchity. Crabs of all kinds live in the sea. There is the fiddler crab with his fiddle-dee-dee. And this shame-faced crab is shy, you see? Hermit crabs can live rent-free. Fiddly, faddly, fuddle-dee-dee. Crabs are the spiders of the sea. Here's a creature that's all porcupinery. Sea urchins look like sea anemone, but sea urchins' bodies are hard and bony. Knobbly, cobbly, bumpety, lumpety. They eat algae and other debris. Starfish are found in this vicinity. They eat clams and oysters, usually. And people like to eat them too, you see. Slithery, slothery, saucily, slurpily. Shellfish are a favorite food of the sea. When you are at the beach, explore the sea, and you may make an exciting discovery. A mussel shell, a starfish, or a tiny sand flea. Wiggly, squiggly, slippery, slithery. What kind of creatures would you see?
Gosh, Miss Eel, that was wonderful. I love poetry. What else do you have planned for school today?
It's time to talk about what we want to be when we grow up. Whose turn is it? Oh, yes, I remember. It's Sammy's turn. Sammy the seahorse. Are you ready, Sammy?
Well, I think I'm ready, Miss Eel. I guess I'm as ready as I ever will be. Let's go! Yee-hoo! I'm just a seahorse looking for a cowboy, tall and lanky, whose legs are bowed. I want to chase down those critters at the sideshow, just like a horse in a rodeo. We'll go a-roping and a-riding in the ocean. I'll be a bucking bronco in the sea. Yippee-yo, yippee. I'm just a seahorse looking for a cowboy, so I can be in a rodeo. I can be. Yippee-oh, yippee. I'm just a seahorse looking for a cowboy, so I can ride to the end of the sea. Yee-hoo! Get along, Donnies!
My golly, Sammy, that was very good. I hope you get your wish, but I don't know if there are any cowboys in the sea. On top? Maybe, but I've never seen one in the sea.
Mr. Fish is right, Sammy, but it was a very nice wish to share. Now let's see. Oh, yes, it's time for our echolocation lessons.
Electrocution? Did I hear you say electrocution?
No, echolocation, Mr. Fish.
Oh, echolocation. What's that?
Oh, you know, echolocation is what whales and dolphins use to keep from bumping into rocks and other fish. They send out a sound, and if there's something there, an echo bounces back, and so they know how far away or how close something is.
Oh, that echolocation. Well, I knew that, but we just plain fish don't do that. We like to do our own sounds.
There's a silly song the fish sing in the sea. I can't understand a thing they say, it's gibberish to me. And if you really listen, my words will prove so true. See if you can understand a single word or two. The fish may understand it, this song of the sea. I try to comprehend it, but it's just Greek to me. Now I suppose a fishy knows his fishy ABCs. He's probably saying thank you, and may I, mother, please.
There's the tugboat, and that means school is out. I must be swimming along. It was so very nice to meet all of you. I hope you enjoyed school. Come visit again anytime. Goodbye, Mr. Fish. Goodbye, boys and girls. Ta-ta!
Goodbye, Miss Eel. Well, boys and girls, it looks like your visit is over. School is out, and it's feeding time down here in the sea. Come to think about it, I'm getting rather hungry myself. But before you go, I'd like to remind you of some of the fish you have seen today. What kind of fish were these? Anchovies, and these tiny little things that you can't see.
Copepods and krill.
And who wanted to be a cowboy? The seahorse, Sammy. Do you remember what we call these? Starfish. And how about these? That's right, lobsters. And these? Sea turtles. And all those creatures that look like flowers. Sea urchins and sea anemones. There were angelfish and jellyfish, flatfish and shrimp. And let's not forget our teacher, Miss Eel. Stingarees, skates and manta rays. Oh, we could go on for days and days. My gosh, there were so many fish. Did we forget any? Whales? Octopus? Sea lions? And sharks? And how about those spiders of the sea, those crabs whose claws are pinchery? Yes, it has been a happy time. I hope you enjoyed your visit. Oh yes, I wanted to remind you of something else, something very important. Be glad that you are you, because I am glad that I am me. I'm glad that I'm a fish, I'm glad as I can be. Just to be a fish, well, it's good enough for me. I've seen a lot of people come down here to the sea, and everyone is different, they're as different as can be. Be happy, happy, you're not a fish like me. When you look into a mirror, be glad you're what you see. Be happy, happy, now on the count of 3. Get ready, kids, and let me see a great big smile for me.
1, 2, 3.
I've heard some folks unhappy and they think they'd rather be another type of person so that they can say, that's me. They think that being someone else would really make their day. It's sad those folks don't understand, they waste their life that way. Be happy, happy, you're who you ought to be. Be happy, happy, you're made so perfectly. Be happy, happy, you're different type than me. Yes, you're one of a kind, it's all there in your mind. To be whatever you can be. You're magnificent. Uh-oh, there's the tugboat again, reminding me that I'm going to be late for lunch. But one last thought before I go. Boys and girls, remember that the sea is where we fish live, and the land is where people live. And just like you like clear skies, fresh air, and green trees, we fish like clean water in our seas. So please, don't throw trash on the beach, it gets into the water. Help keep the ocean free of debris, so we fish can live naturally. Goodbye. Goodbye, boys and girls. Come visit me again soon.